Hi, guys. Welcome to Power Rangers Playback. It's been a minute, right, Kat? When was
Yes, we haven't done a live in a little while. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Good to be back. We've had a busy couple of months.
It most certainly has, and it's very hot today. I don't know about you, but I know it's like
Yes.
3 digits out here in the valley. How's the weather for you, Kat?
Yes. In my neck of the woods, it's about 91, but with humidity. So I would normally be sitting outside enjoying the beauty, but I am in my office.
You
It's too
should.
hot.
Well, today we have a fabulous guest for you guys. I had the absolute pleasure of meeting him at Ranger Stop and Pop. He was also at Power Morphicon and has done several other cons, but I didn't get a chance to actually work with him when I was on the show. But Kat, you got an opportunity to work with him.
Yes, they were so sweet. They were so professional, the kids. I was really impressed with how they managed everything because it was a big deal. You know, they probably were watching the show and now they're stepping into this show at its peak. And they just were great. It was fun. It was fun seeing little versions of us. They cast it very well.
I agree. Well, without further ado, Mr. Michael Gotto.
Hey everyone, good to see you.
You too. How are you today?
I'm doing really well. It is hot out here. I live in Southern California as well, and yes, I think we did hit triple digits today.
Ooh.
Wow.
But
yes, it's see, I guess there's after the storms now there's heat everywhere. So yes.
it is summer, so I'll take it. I don't mind the heat too much.
Are you near the ocean though, where you get that marine breeze?
Yeah, it's cooler where I live. I live in Seal Beach, California, so closer to the water, so it's not too hot here.
Good. Well, we had a couple of questions from our channel members.
Oh.
And one of the first questions, well, Kenny just wanted to say hi.
Hey, Kenny.
Hi. Sean asked, how is your day going?
Oh, wow. Well, it's going great. I'm blessed to be alive. God has given me another day of life. So just so thankful for that. Just got home from a busy day at work. I got in really early this morning so I could be here for this live broadcast, and honored to be with Cat and Nakia, and can't wait to answer more questions.
Yeah. Can you share with everyone what you've been doing since leaving Power Rangers?
Sure. So I was in middle school when I did the show, and after Power Rangers, I had the opportunity to do a pilot for Saban for Big Bad Beetleborgs. I played the Blue Beetleborg on that pilot episode, so that was cool. And then also in there, at some point, did the White Ranger Kata video, so I played young Jason David Frank in that. But beyond the entertainment experiences, I really wanted to focus on school. I wanted to be the first in my family to go to college and graduate from college, and I did just that. So went to Pepperdine University, got a bachelor's in psychology, was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life, with my career, and I was thinking about those teachers and counselors that I had that really made a difference in my life, and decided to pursue teaching. So after college, I became a high school English teacher. And then after that, I moved on to administration. I was an assistant principal of a high school, became a middle school principal. And for the last 6 years, I've been in human resources for my school district. So now I get to hire teachers and principals.
That's awesome. That's an important job.
Thank you.
Very important.
I take it to heart for sure.
We love teachers. Having a good teacher, there's nothing like that. You always remember that person that spoke into your life, and there's always at least one amazing teacher.
That's right.
So it's funny. Yeah. Some people know, and some don't. But Michael and I were talking right beforehand that after leaving Power Rangers, I started substitute teaching. Because I didn't have necessarily a job to go, nothing that was a series regular. So I started substitute teaching. And some of my kids, it was so many years ago, some of my kids that I taught and even took over classrooms are now 20 and 30. I actually saw it. Some of them hit me up on Instagram. But this was just touched me so much. Actually, about a month ago, I was at the Burbank airport and I was checking in. And, you know, I carry these big crates when I go to conventions, like look like there's a
She
television
does.
in it. Yes.
Like you're moving in.
Yeah. And so a guy had come up, one of the flight attendants had come up and was like, well, what's inside of here? And I travel with it all the time. And I was like, there's toys and t-shirts and so forth. And he was like, well, I need you to come over here because we need to check in. It was just different. I was like, wait a minute. And then this young lady comes up. She's about, so much taller than me. And she's like, you're Nakia Baris. And I said, yes. She said, you were my teacher. I have been waiting for you to come to this airport because I've seen that you've been traveling so that I could thank you for how you fed into my life. And I was just like in tears. It was so incredible. She's like 30 years old. So as Kat was saying that teachers can either lift you up.
Make you or break you.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, they really can make a difference and plant the seeds of life into people. And I tell people all the time, it's an incredible honor to be part of that sector of our society, because while some businesses, they're producing things, our product is a human being, and that is huge.
Yeah. That's so important. Yeah.
Well said.
Well said. Yeah, it's so true.
Okay, there's a couple of other questions from our channel members.
Sure.
Ali said, how did you get the role?
Okay, so this is an interesting story. I don't know if either of you have heard this one yet, but so let me take you back. My dad actually was in the same karate system as Jason David Frank.
Wow.
And it was Red Dragon Karate. And so my dad knew him from martial arts. And Jason went on to get the part, on the show. And so he invited my dad down to the set one day just to walk around and check things out. And they ran into some producers. And JDF was like, hey, my friend here has 3 sons. And the producer was like, oh, really? Do you happen to have any pictures? Well, my dad, being my dad, had one in his pocket. And it was a Polaroid, pulled it out, and gave it to the producers. About a month later, they called to have us audition for the part of young Adam, because in the photo at the time we had short hair. So we show up to the audition in Burbank, California, and actually we get out of the car and our mom is fixing our hair. I'm the middle of 2 boys, and then middle of 3, and we have a half sister, but she was fixing our hair. We walk upstairs to audition, and as we're checking in, they're like, oh, we saw you getting ready out there, but you have different hair than your picture, so we're gonna switch you to young Tommy on the spot. Wow. You're gonna try out for young Tommy now. So okay. So we got the sides, we go in, you're supposed to do the sides and then some martial arts. Well, the lines went okay for me. As I was doing my martial arts, though, I did a front handspring into the splits, and while doing so, I knocked the camera over. I think that made me stand out a little.
Yes.
So we're like, hey, call that kid back who knocked the camera over. So they called me back 2 weeks later to read for the producers, and then offered me the role as young Tommy.
Wow. You really did look like him. It was really good casting. I thought you did an exceptional job.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I didn't realize you I was going to ask you if you grew up doing martial arts, so you answered that.
I did, but funny, well, it might be a question, but about whether I saw the show or not before I got the part.
Well, share.
Okay, I'll go there. We actually hadn't seen the show. My dad came home after he got the call that we were going to audition, and he said, hey, you guys are going to audition for a show called Power Rangers. And I was like, I don't understand. Why are we trying out for a Western? And he's like, no. And he tried to explain what it was. Now we know what it is, and how amazing it has been for the
That world. Is so funny. You thought it was Walker, Texas Ranger or something?
No, I think that it could have made you. I think sometimes it's good to not know, Because it might have made you nervous because it was a hit show at the time.
It was. We just happened to not. I don't know. We were just playing outside more than we were watching TV, I think.
Good parenting.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. What was I going to ask? Your brothers. Did your brothers also audition for any of
They
the
did. Both of my brothers, my younger and my older, auditioned. Unfortunately, they didn't get a call back, but they were very supportive of me getting the role. So.
Yeah, that would be my second question. How is that when there's siblings auditioning for the same project and one gets in and the other? Like how do your parents respond to that in the house?
Well, I think they were just excited that at least one got the part. My older brother actually at the time was interested in becoming a movie star, being an actor, and so I felt kind of bad about that. But he ultimately, just because he's so gracious, it's who he is. He was very supportive and proud of me and excited for me. So,
that's nice to hear.
Thanks.
From one of our other channel members, what is your favorite episode that you were in?
Oh, gosh, I love them all, but if I had to pick, gosh, I think the Zeo Quest was one of my favorites because of the significance of that episode and the transition from Mighty Morphin to Zeo. Going back to his heritage and finding that Zeo crystal that made him red was a big deal. But in terms of like just fun, the water park episode was a blast. We got to film. So I, at the time, lived in Glendora, California, and there's a water park 5 minutes away called Raging Waters in San Dimas.
Yes.
And that's where we filmed. And so I didn't have to wake up too early that day to get to set. And yeah, I just had a blast because they allowed us to play in the park a little bit, I think in between takes and maybe after filming. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
That's a lot of fun. The last question from our channel member, David, says, what was going through your mind when you came on board? But seeing that you didn't know the show, you didn't know how popular it was. How did you feel just going on? Once you got on the show and you knew how popular it was, did it change your feelings about the show or anything?
I think I was excited regardless. I mean, to be on a television show is a big deal, right? And then that excitement continued to grow as I learned more and more about the show and how popular it was. And then to learn it was going to be on prime time after school on Fox was, whoa, this is huge, And so, no, I was excited and continue to be excited and just forever grateful to have been part of this franchise. And
how did your friends feel when they saw you on it?
My friends were really supportive and excited for me. Interestingly, when I got back to school, because so we did 2 seasons. The first season we did 2 episodes, as you know, and then the second, so that would have been season 2. Season 3 we did 11 episodes, but first season we only missed 1 week of school, but the second season we missed 6 weeks, and my dad had to get my homework from my teachers, and we had a teacher on the set who helped us with that. And when I got back to middle school, some of my classmates who weren't my friends actually kind of made fun of me. They kind of teased me about it and tried to say, oh, that can't believe you were on that show. And it was really unfortunate. People nowadays chalk it up to whatever, jealousy or,
Of course, yeah.
And I just tried to stay positive and brush it off. But they'd say things like, yeah, I saw you on that, but it wasn't because I was watching it. My younger brother was watching it.
Exactly.
Okay, sure, we'll go with that.
Oh, that's funny. Kids.
Yeah.
It'd be so awful at times. I just can't stand when they just be honest. You were watching it, you're a little jealous, a little envious. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's a part of life, Yeah.
They would have traded positions with you in a heartbeat.
Yes.
Yeah, it's funny. I get messages every day like, you don't understand. You got to live every 90s kid's dream of being a Power Ranger.
Exactly. Yep.
What did you take from your experience on Power Rangers? What would you say that you took from it?
I think the value of teamwork, obviously the show promotes that, which is huge. And just being thankful for all of the opportunities that God provides. Because I really saw that for me as a gift from God to be just how it all happened and how I ended up there. There was a reason for it, and
Yep.
just grateful, and to remember that in life, to be grateful for not just the big things like that, but also the little things.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Michael, I love you. You're just,
Love you.
just so like genuine and sweet. Like
Oh,
it's true. I think that we as people need to learn to be more grateful, great for the big and the small, not just when things are great happening in our lives. The fact that God woke us up to breathe.
absolutely.
Yeah. So, all right, Kat.
We have a lot of super chats. Now, Michael, when you are my age, you might have to wear these. So I'm going to wear my glasses because everybody teases me because I misread questions all the time. I'll say the wrong word. So we're not going to do that today. We're going to be an old lady with glasses today.
You got this.
Okay. Don't judge me. All right, here we go. The first question is from Kent Brown. If Hasbro asked you to play JJ, which is, I don't know if you know, there's a whole storyline with Tommy and Kat having a child. If Hasbro asked you to play JJ, would you do it?
No hesitation. Absolutely.
Oh.
I mean, why not? It would be an honor for sure.
Oh. Yes, and he asked what I think of that idea. I think he would be a great JJ.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
Super chat.
Oh, super chat. Raising my pie. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Show you that, Michael. We're not going to do it for all of them. We could just go super chat. Raising my pie. You good with that, Kat?
Okay.
Yeah. So it's just super chat. Raise it up high. And that's it.
Okay.
Okay, the next super chat is Wanda Santana. She's one of our members, and she's just sent a cute emoji of someone like dancing. So I guess she's happy you're here.
Oh. I'll do a little dance with you.
Super chat dance.
Yeah.
The next question is from Skyhound28. He says, what was it like working with the other kid actors on set during the mini season of Alien Rangers? And did you ask JDF any questions off set? Oh, good question.
Ooh, okay. So I'll take the first one first. Working with my fellow castmates was incredible. We all got along. I don't remember any drama, to be honest with you.
Oh, good.
We hung out after filming. We hung out years later. Like I said, we would, go to Magic Mountain. Maybe I shared that with you before we went live, but together we would go to dinner. We'd go to the theme park and hang out, and just had great relationships. Got really close with some of them. Ended up spending the night at some of their homes, and it was really neat. And my buddy Cody, who played Young Bulk, who unfortunately passed away a few years back. He and I were really close. I went out and stayed at his house in Bakersfield, and just special bond and friendship.
Yeah.
In terms of asking JDF any questions, I don't know that I ever asked him any questions, but he certainly imparted a lot of good stuff in me on his own, just being so positive and encouraging. And, he'd say things like, dude, I wouldn't want anyone else to play me. And that just meant so much, and I think everyone knows the kind of positive vibe he had and would exude, and it's contagious. So it was fun to be around him.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, next question. Let me go back down because it jumped. You're getting lots of questions coming in here. So this is also from Skyhound. Since most knew JDF was a jokester and mostly got away with it, from what I heard, was there any that he pulled off on you that you recall or that you witnessed?
Okay, so it wasn't directly on me, but I was kind of involved. So we're walking, my dad and I are walking to our car on the last day of filming, and he's walking us out. And he's, again, thanking me for doing the show and, telling me how proud he is. And he ends up taking off his communicator and hands it to me. And I'm like, what's this for? He's like, I want you to have it. And I said, don't you need it? Because he had to go back in to film. I said, don't you need it? He's like, I'll just tell props I lost it. So he hands it to me, and then we say goodbye, and he turns back, and I hear him saying, props, lost my communicator. They're like, Jason, golly, But I look at the communicator, and I look closely, and I realize that it's painted white, but under the white paint, you could see the original green paint. So that was his original green that they painted white when he transitioned to the White Ranger.
Wow.
And I still have it today.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. We had a million of them communicators. Don't worry about it.
Okay, all right. So I don't feel so bad. All these years, I've been.
They constantly broke. It's like, yeah, you felt guilty all these years. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, well, that was actually very sweet of him.
That was very.
I told Mark Richardson that story, and he's like, oh, I don't. Yeah, I mean, I made a lot of those. So
he drove Mark crazy. Poor Mark. The wardrobe girls as well. Like, yeah. I remember one time, I just thought of this right now, but he poured water on himself and made it look like he peed. But then Johnny told a story of him peeing when we were doing Turbo. We're about to jump in the water, like for the scene when we went off the cliff. And he's just standing there going like this. And Johnny looks down and sees him just peeing himself. And then they say action and he runs in the water. And Johnny's like, oh man, and I had to swim behind him. And he's just peeing.
He was thinking he was going to get a rinse.
Oh my gosh. Crazy. Crazy. Oh, so funny. So many funny stories with him.
Yeah.
Pierre Sales, he's one of our channel members also. Hello, Mr. Gotto. What was it like working on the mini season of Alien Rangers? And were there any moments that stood out to you looking back?
Oh, I had a blast. So much fun. Definitely loved the food. Everywhere you look, there was food, and that was exciting. But I just had fun filming, and so much so there were times that just because I was having so much fun, I would get the giggles, and you could see in some of the bloopers, I couldn't control my giggles, and at times the directors would get a little frustrated with me because they're like, pull it together, Michael, we need to actually get this take. But no, when I start laughing, there's no stopping. So
we relate, don't we, Kia?
And it's the worst time, right? Church, other settings, you're just like,
yes, always. Well, once one of us starts, it's like we can't control ourselves, and people think we're really strange sometimes. They don't quite get what we're laughing at, and we don't even remember really what we're laughing at, but
it doesn't matter at that point. Yeah.
I think we had a live chat where we were live like this, and it was just the two of us, and someone it was when Pete called in. Pete does some work for us, and he had messaged in, and he said, hi, Cat. And I'm reading it, and I was like, hi, Cat, what, am I not here? And we not stop laughing the entire time. And then he kept writing, no, I meant hi, Nakia, too. But we were just
my gosh.
We were laughing the entire time.
Gotta laugh in life. You have to laugh, for sure.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, you want to read Bolton's? Go on.
Oh, sorry. If you go ahead. You read.
So Bolton, one of our channel members, super chat, raise up high. Hey, Michael, did you get to keep the red Zeo subcrystal?
Ooh, that is one item I didn't get to keep. Wish I had, but no, unfortunately I didn't.
That's okay. Me either.
Me either.
Aw.
All right, this one's from another channel member. It's just Moira. Super chat.
Oh, we got Moira. We met her in Atlanta.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
you remember? Oh,
No,
Yes.
she's from Washington, I think.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, yes. Good memory.
good memory.
We have the best fans. I
We
just
do.
can't, hands down. It's just awesome.
They're very sweet and loyal.
Yes. She said, just wanted to say hi to everyone. Mike, I enjoyed
Oh,
seeing.
we can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me?
Oh, now we can.
Can you hear me?
We
Yes.
can hear you now.
Okay. She said, just wanted to say hi to everyone. Mike, I enjoyed seeing you again at Ranger Stop and Pop. Okay, now back to work.
All right, have fun
Moira.
working.
You want to do Duke? We can alternate, Kat, if you want.
Okay. Let's go to the Duke. Did JDF help you prepare for the role of Tommy?
Not directly, no, but I think after the first season, I started watching the show and I was paying more attention to his mannerisms and things like that. And so when we were hired back to do more episodes, I tried to mimic him more. So in an indirect way, yeah.
Okay.
I have a question for you. After Power Rangers, did you go on? You mentioned off screen that you went on and you did Beetleborgs. And did you do anything after that, or you chose to just stick to your education?
So I did the pilot episode for the show Big Bad Beetleborgs to sell to Fox. So I played Drew, the character Drew, who was the blue Beetleborg. I did that for Saban Entertainment. That was fun too. I also did the White Ranger Kata video. So I played young Jason David Frank in that, which was an honor. I mean, to play young Tommy is one thing, but to play him as a kid was also amazing. After that, I went into high school and wanted to kind of focus on that. So no, I didn't pursue anything. I did theater in high school though. I played, let's see, Sunny from Greece in Greece on stage.
Oh, fun.
You know, go Greece.
I can Greece.
And then I played the Tin Man in The Wiz.
Oh, cool.
And then I did, I played R.P. McMurphy in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Jack Nicholson's character.
Wow.
And that was
Wow.
a challenge for sure. After high school, went straight into college, so really didn't do anything there. But after college, I was in a band at the time, and so we were kind of pursuing that pretty heavily, and took a break from teaching for a while. Became a substitute teacher to have more flexibility, and also started doing background work. So I did some background work on different shows. Ugly Betty was one of them. They actually, the director asked me to do like a featured background part. There were no lines, but I had a character name, and one of the leads like had lines directed at me, and so that was fun. Yeah, it's just fun to be on set and all that, but nothing more than that.
Okay.
Cool.
Appreciate that.
Okay, we're up to
Pierre.
hold on, let me scroll here. Pierre. They're back on again. Since most knew that JDF was a prank. Oh, we already did that one. We're up to Ben Hamilton.
Okay.
Sup, ladies. Sup, young Tommy.
Hey,
It's amazing that the first time as Tommy, you were oblivious. Second time, you were fully aware of it. Must have been an honor to be Tommy. Lord rest him.
absolutely.
Yes.
It was. I mean, I fully recognize that the magnitude of that, not just responsibility, but incredible honor to play him.
Yeah. And then Wanda Santana says, "Hello, Cat, Nakia, Michael. Greetings from my job."
Hey, Wanda.
Hi, Wanda. Okay. Kia, you want to read Ben?
Yes,
Hamilton?
Ben is also one of our channel members. Super chat, raise him up high. Ben, by the way, Kat, I heard I heard y'all be attending Go Rangers in Philly. I wish I could make it, but there's this MJ tribute concert from Vegas playing at my local civic center that night. My best to Jason, West Side Font, in the rest of the PRTF crew for me. Okay.
I will send your love, Ben. I will send your love to everybody.
Yeah, Cat and I get to do a con together on Saturday in
Yes.
Pennsylvania at Go Ranger Station. Should be a lot.
Go Ranger Station. Yes, I'm looking forward to that.
Wanda sends. Wait, Wanda sends another emoji, and then she also said, "Hopefully, I will see you soon." To everyone.
Cool.
Christopher just wanted to send a shout out of a donation. So thank you, Christopher, one of our channel members. David, one of our channel members, says, random question. How many 3016 scale MMPR White Rangers have you signed?
I'd have to know what that is.
The 30, it's a figure. They're specialized figures, and they have the original cast, and they're beautiful, and it's in a box.
Oh yeah.
You open the box.
That's not Funko Pop.
No, it's an actual like beautiful. You should look them up. 30. They do beautiful, like unique.
Okay.
They're very expensive.
And forgive me, I'm learning. I only did my third. Ranger Stop and Pop was only my third con so far, so I'm new at all this, but I'm learning. And no, I mean, possibly. If anything, it would have only been one because I think I would have remembered that.
Remembered that, yeah.
But looking forward to signing some more in the future.
Yes.
Did they make a little you? Do you know?
No, but it's funny because I was talking to somebody. I was on a podcast yesterday, the day before, and he was like, "They should totally make the little young Ranger figures." He's like, "People would buy them."
Yeah.
Yes. Have they come out? I don't know if they've even come out with the Alien Rangers yet. So that would be a cool series to do, Alien Rangers and then the little Rangers, like a whole series of that. They haven't come out with Turbo yet either. So there's a lot. They tend to do a million versions of Mighty Morphin, but
they were part of Mighty Morphin though. The guys and Alien, that would be, I mean, for 30th, that would be a really, really thing to do the Alien Rangers. That would be really cool.
That would be
really
really
cool. People are watching and listening. Let's get to it.
Yes, do the little versions.
Yes. We're up to Chris Schneeberger. Hey, Michael, how does it feel doing the con scenes and representing our fallen brother JDF?
Oh gosh, I am having a blast. I just getting started, like I said, and I didn't even fully understand the con scene until recently. And in fact, I didn't even know there was anything beyond San Diego Comic-Con until JDF called me just before the pandemic. He called me and he was like, dude, you need to come to these conventions. People are asking about you and they're wondering where you are and what you're up to. And I was like, okay, I didn't even know. I'd only heard of San Diego Comic-Con. He's like, no, they're all over the country and even in other countries. And he's like, you should come out and start with Power Morphicon. So that was, I was supposed to do Power Morphicon 2020, but then we know the pandemic struck. So would have been involved sooner, but then that happened. But Power Morphicon 2022 is my first. And since then I've done Fayetteville Comic-Con and then most recently Ranger Stop and Pop, which was a blast. But just getting started, having a blast, meeting the fans, the best fans in the world. Just everyone has been so gracious and accepting of me back into the community after all these years.
So did you keep in touch with him all those years, like from when you were a kid?
Off and on. I think he would talk to my dad more, to be honest with you. I mean, the age difference between us all seemed greater back then, but we're not that far apart, you know?
No, I know, it's funny. Yeah.
Maybe 10 years, but no, we did. I wish we would have connected more between then and now, but no, very rarely. And then the last time I saw him was at Power Morphicon.
Yeah.
But I'm so thankful for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that was the last for us as well. Was Power
Yeah.
Morphin. Yep. Okay. Bolton Biggs, how can I get your behind the book?
Oh, well, I did a book. So what he's referencing is my dad, God bless him. He brought a camera to set and he took thousands of pictures of behind the scenes stuff, and he talked the costumers into letting me wear the white and red suits and white Ranger suit and red Zeo suit and take pictures I probably shouldn't have been taking, but yeah. So I have albums of these pictures and I've shared them online, and people were loving looking at them, and I decided, actually a friend of mine said, you have to put a book together. People would love that as like a keepsake. So I did a behind the scenes book. It's, I don't know, 12 pages or something of different pictures, different episodes, compilations, my time on Beetleborgs as well. And yeah, I have that available. And
where can they find it? I'll put it in the chat.
Oh, thanks. Right now, I don't have anything online. I don't have any online stores. I bring these items to cons and have them at my table.
But they could also, could they message you on Instagram or something like that?
They're welcome to. I'm looking into how to do all that kind of stuff, electronically and get that going. So I definitely want to expand because I'm getting requests, across the country and even overseas, like, hey, I want a picture or this or that. And so, yes,
that's awesome.
Perfect. So stay tuned, Bolton, is what
yes
you're saying.
Yes. Okay, Joel. Oh, there we go. I can see his name. It's amazing. Joel Quiroz.
Hey, Joel.
Hello to everyone. I need all three of you in Salt Lake City ASAP. Would love to meet you all soon.
All right, ladies, let's jump on a flight. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go right now.
Well, Joel, bring us out. If there's an opportunity for us to meet the fans out there, talk to the organizers, the promoters, and get in touch with us. I'm sure we'd be happy to go.
Yes.
David Matchin also said he will send you a picture on Instagram of the figure he's talking about, the 3-0 figure.
I appreciate that, and I apologize for not knowing.
No, there's so many figures. It's hard to keep track of everything.
I didn't quite know until Kat said it, and I was like, "Oh, yes, I've seen those figures." So I didn't know either, but when she said what she was talking about.
Last question is Dawn, aka Smiley Girl, 81814. That's a cute name, Smiley Girl.
It's not just a cute name. She is a lovely human being.
Yeah.
I met in New York at a signing at a mall, and then most recently reconnected at Ranger Stop and Pop.
Oh, that's so nice. Hello, Cat, Nakia, and of course, Michael. Just wanted to send you some love. Michael, looking forward to seeing you again this weekend. Yay, Dawn.
Thank you. Yeah. So in addition to Go Ranger Station on Saturday, I'm doing a private meet and greet with Julia Jordan, who played young Cat, as well as Jordan Fight, who's the current Gold Ranger on Dino and Cosmic Fury. We're doing a signing in New York City on Sunday. So
awesome! Oh, that's fantastic. Do you know which store? Can we?
It's a private meet and greet, so it's kind of an undisclosed location.
Oh, okay, got you. It's like just
yeah. They have to email the email and get connected that way.
Right. Oh, that's so fun. I love that.
Yeah. Cool.
So now we have 2 fun questions to ask you.
Okay.
Before we end. So,
all right.
Would you like to go first, Kat?
I would like to go first, Nakia. Thank you so much for your graciousness. If you could have any superpower in the world, what would you choose?
Oh gosh, it would have to be to fly. I mean, yeah, that would be amazing.
Yes,
for sure. See the world and help others in the process.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is a fun question. If you were to open up your freezer and saw a penguin, what would you do?
Oh, I would delicately take it out of the freezer, probably name it, introduce it to my 4 beautiful children and my lovely wife, and then figure out how to get it back to its homeland.
Mr. Popper's Penguins.
What would his name be?
Probably Mr. Penguin.
That's a very unique name.
I'm very creative like that.
Very creative. How old are your children, Michael?
My oldest is 9. His name's Oliver. My daughter is 7. Her name's Madison. Jackson is 5, and Benjamin is 3.
Wow.
So they're all 2 years apart. And our first and our last actually have the same birthday, 6 years apart.
Oh, wow.
Pretty
Something was in the water.
Yeah, just happened.
Did you guys plan any more?
No, we are complete. Benjamin, our last, completed us, and yes.
A lot. 4 is a lot.
Yes. Well, Michael, it has been incredible having you on the show. Can you share with everyone where you're going to be, where they can find you, your socials and so forth?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. I have Instagram and Facebook only right now, both Michael R. Gotto. You got to have the R in there. And I'm actually fairly new to social media within the last 6 or 7 months. So
good for you.
Love connecting on those platforms with folks and meeting new people. And it's just been a blast. And like we've been talking about, be at Go Ranger Station on Saturday. And in New York City, a private meet and greet. That information's on my socials as well, if you're interested, on Sunday. And then some other things are in the works, but haven't been announced yet. So looking forward to just continuing on this journey. It is a blast. And I love seeing all of you and meeting Rangers from all the different seasons. You know, it's really cool.
There's so many of us. We're a large family, a very large family.
We are. Yes, we are. There's many of us, but we are a family. Like everybody comes together and it's like everyone just gets along. It's great.
I was thinking, can you move your head slightly so everyone can see that beautiful sign that you put behind you?
Ooh. Can you read it?
Ah.
Adorable, guys. I love Power Rangers hashtag Power Rangers Playback. That's so cute. Thank you so much, Michael.
You have an amazing show and you both are so sweet. Thank you for having me. It's been truly an honor.
Oh, we've loved having you, and it's so nice to have you be part of the convention scene. We'll get to see you more often.
That's right. Thank you so much.
And you guys have a great time this weekend. I will not be there, but you two have a great time.
Yes, we will. We'll be blowing you kisses from Pennsylvania.
We'll FaceTime you when we're there.
Oh, we could. I like that idea.
FaceTime me. And hopefully you guys won't get bad weather, because I know on the East Coast, Cat was just left in, what was it, Rhode Island?
No, I was in Long Island, and we got stuck. All the flights got canceled on the East Coast. And actually, Jenna and Tammy and a bunch of other Rangers were at Contropolis. Judith got canceled from Ninja Turtles. So yeah, we all got canceled and had to be put on new flights the next day. So
we'll pray for better weather.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Michael.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
See you again.
Okay. Good to see you. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, so sweet.
Love Michael. Oh my gosh. You guys have a great time this weekend. What else can you share? So you have Go Station this weekend.
Go Ranger Station this weekend. And then I'm in Tampa the 28th to the 30th. I'll be there with Patrick David from the Red Psycho Ranger and Walter Jones. Patrick and I will be signing at the Ranger Stop booth. And then Nakia, sadly, will not be with me. I've tried to convince her, but she's committed and she's fulfills her commitments to Corpus Christi.
Yes, I will be with Judith Hogue.
Yes, who's another love of ours.
And Johnny. So stay tuned, check us out, listen to our podcast. We still have 2 seasons on there, and we'll be unloading some things on our website. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.